Yeah, Miss Dyer, y'all getting the beat down. So I need you sitting there watching that. Painful. Let me see. Let's see what the score is. Oh, y'all call yourself coming back now, huh? Ain't gonna happen, Captain. Ain't gonna happen. Come on now, it's just 10:45. I know people ain't already crashed out. Let's go. Got to get a few more on here, even though I'm gonna record this and y'all can catch it tomorrow. But let's go. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep reading from this book because I'm telling you the book club is Saturday, but there's no way we're gonna be able to read all the pages just on Saturday. You guys got to be reading. You got to be reading during the week, and that's why I'm reading some too, because I want to keep you all fired up about the book. Don't just put it on the shelf and wait for Saturday. Keep reading it because it's very important that we go over this book, because there's so much knowledge in here that we could take and use. It's so much knowledge in here. So I'm gonna read some more chapters right now, and I'm gonna go from 61, chapter 61. Let's see. Yeah, chapter 61, which is page 128. So, all right. Then we'll talk a little bit about that. The average person is told from childhood to be quiet, stay out of trouble, and don't make waves. College and university students are encouraged to set realistic expectations for their lives. Realistic. All right. Of course, the realism is based on the subjective perception of the professor or the guidance counselor and the level of awareness they're operating at regarding money. The worldview most people eventually adopt is life is dangerous and scary. I think I talked about that earlier today, that if you watching the news all the time and you watching the television, you're going to think that everything is just dangerous and scary. Are there dangerous and scary areas? Yeah. But the whole world is not like that. But that's the worldview that most people adopt. And in order to survive with the least amount of pain, it's best to play it safe and avoid unnecessary risk. That's what we're thinking. Adoption of this worldview limits the performer to careers where risk is minimal and long-term employment is high priority. World-class thinkers receive the same limited advice, but through some form of intervention, discover that only by adopting the opposite worldview do they have a chance to be rich. So they got to adopt the opposite of what the world is teaching us, what the world is doing to us, what the world is trying to do to us, scare us, make the world so dangerous. They learn to be bold, aggressive, and fearless in the pursuit of wealth. They make more mistakes in a year than most people make in a lifetime. They lose money, make bad decisions, and struggle to pay their bills, while their conservative counterparts are getting ahead, playing it safe, and adding to their 401k every week. They watch as friends buy nice little homes, new cars, and settle into what appears to be a comfortable, happy life. Meanwhile, they're maxing out credit cards, wondering how they would ever pay it back. Their families think they're crazy and beg them to get a job. But once the world-class thinker uncovers the secret to amassing wealth, he can never rejoin the mainstream society. Never. It's hard. He couldn't do it. World-class thinkers won't allow themselves to settle for financial mediocrity when they know the world is overflowing with abundance for anyone strong enough to stake their claim. anyone who's strong enough to stake their claim, anyone who's bold enough to go for it, anyone who's bold enough to go for it. The end of the story is as predictable as the nonlinear. They struggle and fight against the odds with nearly nothing to show for it. And then one day, and then it happens. I wish I can have this moment for life. Their efforts start to pay off a little, then a lot. Then so much it shocks everyone around them. Suddenly the bold, daring, seemingly crazy dreamer is richer than most people can imagine. In one day, the dream becomes reality. Of course, the truth is, it was years in the making, and the majority of the effort was expended preparing the performer to become to the level of thinker capable of manifesting a fortune. The practice of defeat, learning how to come back from that, developing that mental toughness, having that mindset that it takes to become that thinker capable of manifesting a fortune. See, it's not what most people think it is. You have those things too, but the thing is becoming that person so you can have those things that you want. You have to become that person first. It doesn't happen just like that. You have to become that person. And when you become that person, then those things happen. And that's the process of the books, of private pages like this, of changing your environment, of consistently doing stuff for the eye gate, the ear gate, the mouth gate. And then it happens. And as Brian Tracy said, then they'll call you lucky. But all that work that seems like nothing's happening from it, because we won't see harvest time. We want both of those together. No, it's seed time, then it's harvest time. Two different seasons. And your season of harvest, you don't know when it's going to come. Somebody's season of harvest might come before yours, or yours might come before them. But you just don't know. You don't know. But you have to plant. And that's what this is. Every day we talking to people about the business. Every day you're learning about how to trade. Every day we read, and every day we're doing things that's taking us toward our goals that we want, until a point where the overflow is just going to happen. Because we're just doing it every single day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. We're doing something toward the goals. And then the overflow has to happen. It has to happen. It can't help but happen. But if we're not doing those things every single day, and we think we're getting away with it, not going to get away with it. You're not. I'm going to start going later too, even more, to see who, and I know that a lot of times it's best, you should be asleep so you can get up early. But I'm going to get up early and do some stuff too. I'll be doing all kind of stuff. So, I mean, this is what the private page is about. Now, if you miss it, you come back and, I'm talking about 4:30. I ain't talking about 5:30. I can be up early at 4:30 doing something. Magic Johnson said he gets up at 4 every morning. He goes to bed at 10, gets up at 4. But the grind is the grind. You got to do what you got to do. And I'm gonna be out here. I just hope that you all, not hope, some of y'all gonna take advantage of this and have success, and then some of y'all just gonna, watch it and say, well, I don't. All right. Critical thinking question. Are you mentally tough enough to handle the criticism you're going to get on your way to getting rich? Are you mentally tough enough? That's the biggest challenge, is the criticism. I always say, I got this training I used to do. It was 6 parts. It was 6. I think it was 6 parts of the training. And it talked about from failure to success. And the number one thing, the number one part of that training, well, no, not number one part. The biggest challenge is dealing with the rejection, the criticism that people give you in the beginning. It knocks most folks out the box. You're being laughed at and talked about, and most people wind up quitting early in the game. They never get through that part. If you get through that part and you keep going, there's a chance if you deal with the handle of criticism, you're getting on your way to get rich, that you're going to get. Man, we have our little ego, our little pride, and we're concerned about anything that we're doing outside of the box. You know, outside of that thing. That box is the go to school, go get, good grades, go get a good job, work hard for 40 years, penny pinch, save your money. That's the box. If you want to make more money, go get a part-time job, UPS or FedEx. You can't go get a part-time business. That's not in the box. That's outside of the box. That's not the status quo. Status quo, go to UPS, FedEx, Delta, get you a great part-time job. If you go outside of that, the criticism is going to come, because people will criticize you for starting a home-based business, but won't criticize you for going to work part-time at UPS. Oh, this man here is trying to take care of his family. He's a hardworking man. Hardworking man. Because he works part-time at UPS. No criticism. But work a part-time business and you out a little late because you out, talking to people, whatever. Oh, he's running his family. Ruining his family. And that's the criticism that most people can't take. Most people can't take. Both fortune and love befriend the bold. Mentally prepare yourself for the tidal wave of criticism you're about to encounter on your way to riches, expecting it. Don't ever be surprised when the masses attack you. That's what they do. That's what they do. The masses will attack you as soon as you start something. All the experts come out the closet. As soon as you start a business, all the experts come out the closet and tell you what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. All right, let's keep it rolling. Chapter 62 on page 130. Middle class longs for the good old days. World class dreams of the future. Most of us grew up listening to stories of the good old days when the world was kinder, gentler place. The music was better, athletes were tougher, and business people were honest. This tradition of the masses is handed down from generation to generation, while the purveyors have no idea how insidious and destructive it is. People who believe their best days are behind them rarely get rich and often struggle with unhappiness and depression. World-class thinkers are future-oriented and optimistic about what lies ahead. Their amazing lives are created twice. First in their minds, and then in reality. This habit leads to envision a future where love and abundance reigns supreme and money flows like water. They appreciate and learn from the past while they live in the present and dream of the future. The masses essentially absolve themselves from major achievement by hanging on to the belief that the past is where the greatest opportunities were. And there won't be any as big in the future. This belief makes them comfortable while simultaneously relegating them to a life of limited success. The great ones know it doesn't take courage to live in the past while being pessimistic about the future. Self-made millionaires get rich because they're willing to bet on themselves and project their dreams, goals, and ideas into an unknown future. Betting on themselves and projecting their dreams and goals into an unknown future. Betting on themselves. Betting on themselves. This belief makes them comfortable while simultaneously relegating themselves to a life of limited success. The great ones know it doesn't take courage to live in the past while being pessimistic about the future. It doesn't take courage to do that. Self-made millionaires get rich because they're willing to bet on themselves and project their dreams and goals into the unknown future. I need to read that 10 times. Self-made millionaires get rich because they're willing to bet on themselves and project their dreams and goals into the unknown future. Self-made millionaires get rich because they're willing to bet on themselves. You got to believe in you. You got to keep grinding so much with all this stuff we're doing to where it seems crazy not to bet on you. You got to be doing stuff every day that you know other people are not doing. So you can't help but bet on you. You know they're not doing it. Much of their planning time is spent clarifying goals that won't be realized for years. Won't be realized for years. No, I gotta have it. Won't be realized for years. Won't be realized for years. But they grinding. You ever go to these neighborhoods where you see the gentrification and you like, oh, I wish I had gotten a couple of these houses then. Boy, I wish I had got them in. These guys bought them houses 10, 15 years ago because they know what was about to happen and they betting on themselves. Much of their planning time is spent clarifying goals that won't be realized for years, yet they patiently and painstakingly plan and dream of what their future will look like. When it comes to building wealth, they focus on their net worth they want to achieve and then connect an emotional component of their goal. The great ones know it's not the money that drives them, it's what money can do and what it represents. Whatever they want to do with the wealth they build is linked to emotional feeling they wish to experience. Once they're emotionally connected to the goal, it takes them an elevated level of commitment. An elevated level of commitment. An elevated level of commitment. Empire of the future are the empires of the mind. Winston Churchill. Do you spend more time thinking of the past or dreaming of the future? Well, it should be dreaming of the future. You should be planning your goals every day. You should be looking at where you're going. Decide to become future oriented by focusing on the present while dreaming of the future. While dreaming of the future. I'm gonna do this last one. Middle class plays not loose. World class swings for the fences. 63, 132. Since confidence and security are the top priorities of the masses, they subconsciously and sometimes consciously live in the first gear and avoid risk at all costs. The old joke about the masses is when they die, they are greeted by St. Peter at the pearly gates and congratulated for arriving safely at death. The great ones go for it. They consciously plan their lives by night and execute them by day. These people are critical thinkers who know they only have so many days left to live and the clock is always ticking. Since the end is imminent, they know they have nothing to lose. They fiercely live their lives taking chances while succeeding and failing more in a year than most people do in a lifetime. They fail more in a year than most people do in a lifetime. Fail more in a year than most people do in a lifetime. Fail more in a year than most people do in a lifetime. Their failures are big and their success is even bigger. They live large and wake up every morning with a sense of excitement and anticipation. They know they will be richer tomorrow than they are today, and their wealth allows them to take even bigger chances while minimizing their risk. Every success breeds a new level of confidence, which motivates them to take even bigger risks, knowing if they fail, they have the skill and knowledge to recover. So while the masses struggle to survive and dream of being comfortable, the world class are basking in abundance and dreaming of even higher levels. That some should be rich shows that others may become rich, and hence it's just encouragement to industry and enterprise. Abe Lincoln. Are you planning to win or planning to lose? Make a decision to go for your dreams while you still have the chance. Remember that one day your time will run out. This is not practice. This is the real deal. This is not role playing. This is the real deal. And every day that clock is ticking, man. Every day that clock is ticking. And here's the thing. You don't know when your time is going to come. I'm sure my dad didn't know he was going to have a stroke and an aneurysm. I could see some of the things coming, but I didn't think it was going to happen like that because, you know, there's people every day that just, you know, it's a blessing that we wake up tomorrow and then go to sleep. You don't know. I would want to be in that small percentage of people that's just out here knowing they can go out here and get it done. Because most people don't. But you're not most. You want to be in this small percentage of people that's going for it. That's doing the things suggested. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop here with the book. Like I said, we got so many chapters in here, man. You know, off and on during the week, I'm going to come from this book. This is the Saturday book club, though. You'll see us on Saturday with this. But we'll be talking about different things, too. But I can just flip through this book. And I just want to make sure that everybody, everybody who's a part of this, get it. Just get it, man. You got to get it. You got to get it. All right. Talk to you guys in the morning. Y'all have a great night. Bye.